Hey, so today I'm coming to you from our Brinkley Z3100. This has kind of turned into my studio right now. I'm out here working on today's video actually. And before we get into that, thought I would just kind of give you an update on, kind of what's been happening, and apologize for not getting a video posted last week. So today's video, I actually shot about a month and a half ago, um, as I was headed up to the deer lease to get some bush hogging and things like that done up there in preparation for deer season. And so that's kind of where this video comes from. And since then, I've had a lot of things come up and really haven't been shooting a lot of video. So I'm really not sure what's going to be our next video for next week. So if you have some thoughts or ideas, please comment and let me know. So one thing that I have promised you and I'm working on was kind of a follow-up video to our Northwest trip, and just kind of sharing, what we learned on that 2-month trip, and what we liked, what we didn't like, what we needed to change as far as some of our travel and things go. So I thought about, go ahead and trying to finish that video up and get that posted for next week, or something else that I am working on, which is really exciting, is I have now started a lumber business, so J&L Lumber LLC. So, I was going to start putting some videos together about sawmilling and lumber and kind of how that process goes and what I'm setting up for that. So I thought, that may be something coming out. I also have a few upgrade videos that I'm wanting to do to our truck and the Brinkley. And I want to get those done and kind of share those with y'all as well. So, I don't know which one's up next. If you have some thoughts, or preference on what you would like to see, post that in the comments, and that is what I will work towards. So, um, so kind of like, over the past month and a half, we've, been dealing with a lot of repair type things coming up. Had to do a lot of maintenance on vehicles and trailers. And so that's been really happening a whole lot. And unfortunately, I hadn't videoed any of that because I've just been under the gun trying to get those things repaired and back on the road. So, so that's one thing that's been going on. The other thing that's been going on, and I'm really excited about, is since retiring, that's allowed my wife and I to do something that has been on my heart to do for many years, and that was join Texans on Mission. That was formerly Texas Baptist Men. So we did that back in around April or May. Then we went on our trip, and so since we've been back, we've really got more plugged in, more involved. And so I was actually able to deploy with our local Deep East Texas team and head out to San Angelo and do some rebuild efforts out there, putting insulation and sheetrock up in people's homes that were flooded. And we've actually been able to go out and do some local things within the community for some people and churches. And that's all been fantastic. And I really haven't had time to share any of that either. But we're really excited about being able to get out and do those things as well. That, like I said, that's been something that has been on my heart to be able to do for many years. And just working full time, it was just difficult. I never felt I could really be there and get out to go for a week or 2 weeks at a time, to help people in those disasters. So I'm really excited now being able to get out and do that. And I'll be sharing hopefully more of that as time goes on. And so the other thing is I'll be sharing more about the J&L lumber business, and kind of what's going in to get all of that set up and going there, because there is a lot of things that I just recently learned about that I'm now focused on trying to get done as well. So I'll be sharing some of those things as I go along. I will probably be starting up a specific channel for J&L Lumber as well. So I'll be doing, you know, 2 different channels, I think, on that, because that one will be specifically for the lumber side. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and it's not really a mechanical video. I didn't really record a lot of the details because I was just in such a hurry trying to get it all done that I just forgot to record it. And but hopefully today's video will get you thinking about your trailers, and you know, are they maintenance? Are they roadworthy? Do you need to do some things to them to make sure that they're good and you're not going to have a breakdown like I experienced headed to the deer lease? So I hope you enjoy. Please, if you like the content, like and subscribe to the channel. Post a comment, let me know if there's questions or things you'd like to see, and I'll see you next time.
Well, today I got up, I was headed to the deer lease. I got the tractor all loaded last night, had my feeders on, loaded in the truck, and got up early this morning, made it all the way up to Newton. I was gonna stop in, fill up the fuel, and then I hear something dragging. I'm like, what is that? So I look around, I don't see anything. Thought it might have been a strap or something come loose. Get back in the truck, kind of pull forward, and I hear it still dragging. So I get out, check underneath the trailer, and a whole leaf spring busted, and just one piece of it was dragging. So I was so close to being at the deer lease too, but I went ahead and opted to turn around. I got the leaf spring tied back up, and so I am limping back home right now. And when I get home, I'll show you more of what I found, and then I guess I'm gonna have to find some leaf springs and probably replace them all, because not a single one's ever been replaced. So yeah, I guess the deer lease is gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Okay, so here's my axles. So basically, if you look down here, so the spring that actually connects from the equalizer back here are completely gone to that axle, and you know, the spring had broke what was left holding it, and so basically the trailer frame, the bottom of the frame here, was sitting on top of the U-bolts. There was no space there, and so, you know, so basically on this side, it was on the passenger side is where it occurred at, and it was this front axle here that gave me the problem. So basically the axle was resting right here on the frame, and really that's the only thing that saved me and was able to get home. I was about an hour away from the house when this happened, so I had to turn around and slowly make my way back home. So did around 45 to 50 miles an hour all the way home, and what I found when I got home and got the tractor unloaded off the trailer is this axle was basically free floating. There was nothing to hold it in place. So if that would have happened with an empty load, that axle could have easily just got pulled back under the trailer and caused a whole lot more damage and probably an accident as well. So thankful none of that happened. Thankful I was able to get home safely without any other issues. And now I'm just waiting on parts. So this here is one half of the leaf spring that was left hanging, dragging the ground. Basically, you can see where it was dragging after it had snapped. So hopefully tomorrow I'll get the parts and be able to get those done and show y'all what that looks like. I'll practically have a brand new trailer. Well, yesterday I got up and got some mowing done, and when I was finished I had a voicemail saying that the axles and things were ready for the trailer. So hopped in the truck, went down and picked all that up, and I got back and got started, and I didn't film really any of that. So but I'll kind of show you here what I've got put together so far. I've still got to wire the brake axle up, and I'm going to do that this morning, and then I'll finish it up, test it out, make sure it all works. So yesterday I got all the parts in, and I'd already prepped everything. I had the old axles off, all the leaf springs, equalizer, everything off of that. So all these parts are new. I went ahead and grinded down, wire brushed all the rust areas, come back, sealed, repainted all of that to help protect it. So basically down here I put on new equalizers, all new bolt hardware, new shackles, 4 new spring sets. And this trailer originally came equipped with one brake axle in the rear, and then one regular idle axle in the front. So that's what I went back with, and got all of that mounted up yesterday. And so now I just basically have to wire in the brake hub here, and then I'm going to hook up to the truck, verify that the connections are right and that the brake engages, and test out all of my lights, make sure all they're still good, and that'll be it. So this trailer is 20 years old. This is the first time I've had to really do anything on these parts, which is probably way overdue, because I'm pretty sure all of the inserts in the springs and shackles were gone in the old one. And you know, like I said, I think, you know, I just took a hard bump off of a bridge and it popped that spring pack loose and broke the hanging one that was left. So hopefully this will be good for another 20 years. I don't know. We'll find out. Sun is making it very difficult to see my screen. There we go. Okay, now we got some shade. Let's see if I can get this thing backed up without knocking it off of its jack. So I'm hooked up, got Linda in the truck, so I'm gonna spin the axle and then have her press on the brake and then see if that is engaging properly. Make sure I've got my connections made up right. Okay, press on it. Yeah. Okay. Well, that didn't go like I thought. I wonder if I need to, I don't think they need to be readjusted, so there might be something in my electrical wiring that's not right. So that didn't go quite like I was thinking. I'm gonna have to do a little more research and test this out some more, but basically when Linda would press on the brakes with me spinning the hub, it didn't feel like I was getting any resistance at all on that brake hub. So I did test the voltage. I'm getting over 14 volts through the line to the brake hub. So I've got to trace that back to see if I'm just don't have something wired properly. Normally my truck will tell me if I'm wired improperly on something, and it wasn't telling me any of that. So so I don't know if there's still some adjustments I need to do on the hub assembly, if I need to tighten that up a little bit. So I'm gonna mess with that, see what happens. Well, I think I figured out what my issue is, or was. So I had the 12 volt power coming out of the truck into the 7-way. I had that wired into the system, and it was providing 12 volt power to the ground side, and therefore was not, since the brakes were getting power from both the positive and the negative, it was never engaging the magnet to engage the brake. So traced that back out, had to undo all of my wiring, found that, disconnected it, reconnected it, and we're good to go. Brakes are engaging, which is a good sign. I'm gonna do a quick road test just to make sure everything feels right and that the brakes feel good, and then I'll be ready to go to the deer lease.
Hey, thanks for watching this week, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. And if you've learned anything this week, maybe it's just to go check your trailer and make sure everything's working right. Make sure your brakes are working, make sure your springs and your shackles and everything look good, so that you don't have this happen to you when you are on a trip somewhere and cause an accident or something like that. So not sure what next week's video is going to be. I'm going to wait to see if anybody posts a comment to give me some direction on that. If not, next week's video is going to be a surprise for you and for me. So I hope you have a good week. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you back.